Hello and welcome to Motors Television's coverage of Day 3 of Rally Argentina, round 6 of the 2011 World Rally Championship. Thousands of enthusiastic fans have filled the hills of the area around Cordoba where the rally is based. And they have witnessed some really spectacular action between Ford and Citroën. The battle well and truly on going into the final day. Jari-Matti Latvala led all of day 1 until a suspension problem hurt him on day 2. And Sébastien Ogier took over the lead of the rally. Citroën are undefeated here since 2003. Last time it was a car other than a Citroën that took victory here. In fact, it was Carlos Sainz who took victory here in 04. Before it was Loeb. 4 stages, just 59 Ks, but 48 Ks of that made up by one single stage. So it was Jari-Matti that was the dominant force. 4 stage wins on day 1 and looked like he was in a great position to win until on stage 13, an unhidden rock in hidden rock in the dirt meant that suspension damage put him out of the rally. Jari-Matti will restart under the Super Rally rules today. Realistic chance of victory is well and truly gone. Hopeful of some points though. This has meant that it has been Sébastien Ogier, the 27-year-old Frenchman who has been so impressive throughout the year. Already 2 victories to his name, who leads the rally. Matteo Solberg took his 400th career stage win on stage 6. But power steering failure at the end of the day, stage 15, dropped him down to 4th from what was looking like a solid 2nd.
It's not very often I get so down, but today I got really down after what happened. You know, I had good control over the 2nd place, and I was hoping for a big attack for beating Ogier tomorrow. So I got very disappointed, but with these people it helps me a lot to get back on top again, you know. So
hugely popular. Well, for Ken Block, back in the World Rally Championship for the first time since his massive shunt.
Part of the way through stage 9, the stage was actually going very well for me, and all of a sudden the car just spun out of the blue on a medium speed corner.
Better than that crash he had before the rally in Portugal, putting him out even before it started. First and second in the World Rally Championship, of course, Sébastien Loeb and Mikko Kievanen. Their battle will continue with this young man, Sébastien Ogier, throughout day 3. This is what it looks like. 43.7 second lead that Ogier has over Kievanen. Loeb is coming back after a 1-minute penalty that he suffered on day 1, which meant that he was, of course, dropped out of major contention, but never say never for Sébastien Loeb. Watch this show, you will see some tremendous action. And of course, the first part of the action starts with this incredible 48 kilometers of the Ascochinga stage. Sébastien Ogier knows that all he has to do is to keep everything under control. For this big stage, he has 3 relatively short stages. Other than that, only 10 Ks in total on top of this over 3 stages, including, of course, the all-important power stage. And let's watch with interest as Ogier attacks the Ascochinga stage very early in the morning. They left service at 5 a.m. So concerns over fog and similar situations of quite a damp surface, so perhaps being first on the road is less of a disadvantage than it normally would be.
Gauche 130 mi long. Gauche 130 mi long sur droite 131 fond. Pour un léger ciel face. Léger ciel face 120 mètres.
See the fog that was causing concerns for the drivers as Mikko Kievanen second in the rally, defending a lead of just 4 seconds over Sébastien Loeb. On the splits, the first couple of splits, he was 2.1 seconds up on Ogier.
Ja lyhyt oikein hidas suppuu, 6. Oikein serpo takaviitto. 7. Kaipasen hidas kirraa ylinypy käännä. 6. Vasen K menee ja käännä. Kivi ulkona. 6. Oikein täys ylinypy.
This stage is a combination of two stages that have been used before, effectively joined together with a new section of about 3 kilometers in the middle and a junction in it. Described by Chris Patterson as incredibly difficult stages. Lots of narrow bridges, as you can see there. Of course, compounded by the weather conditions, making the challenge even greater for the crews. So on Sebastian Loeb, that 1 minute time penalty, of course, costing him dearly, but a spectacular day on day 2. Several stage wins, putting him back in contention. Back to 3 stage wins on the trot, and then a final 2 wins of the day to really signal that the man who's won this event now 5 years consecutively, of course last year not part of the World Rally Championship, won by Juha Hananen in the IRC series, with a good road position of third. Split times looking good. Slightly slower than Hjeveren in the first couple of splits. Coming back at him all the time. By the 4th split was equal with Hjeveren.
Sur gauche droite à fond point. Sur gauche 110 plus long tard, pas encore de sortie. Sur attention droite 120 mi long tard.
Back with our rally leader, Sébastien Ogier. Clearly, despite the damp conditions and the fog, still putting in solid times. Of course, doesn't need to take any risks with such a big lead.
Sur gauche 130 plus mi-long. Gauche 130 plus mi-long, 120 mètres. Attention, frein avant gauche 123 qui ferme 110 moins jette. Sur un frein 20 mètres, gauche 90 plus mi-long. 20 mètres, gauche 90 plus mi-long. Sur droite 118. Droite 118 et gauchis 120 mètres. Frein avant droite 110 moins tenir. 110 moins tenir. Sur gauche 110 mini. 60 mètres. Droite 100 moins mi-long et 3 anciennes. 100 moins mi-long.
Incredible drama! Sébastien Ogier rolls! Sébastien Ogier has rolled the car midway through the Askoshinga stage.
Sur gauchis, sur droite 130.
He hasn't been able to continue. He has managed to get the car going again.
Combien il reste? Il reste 2 bornes et demie. 2 bornes.
But impossible to see just how much damage has been caused. Of course, has lost a significant amount of time.
Droite 111, gauche 100. Pour droite 120. Sur un droitier, 60 mètres, gauche 110 plus mi-long. Gauche 110 plus mi-long. Qui ouvre.
Well, it seemed that all Ogier had to do was just to keep out of trouble for the balance of the stage. And then those 3 fairly easy stages at the end surely would be no trouble. Let's watch to see what sort of time he comes through with. 36.19. Was to transpire, it was a mistake in the notes that caused him to take a cut more than he would have ordinarily done. But huge drama. What is this going to mean for the rally lead?
Looks to me like he may have. Sebastian, what's happened?
I roll. On the cut, I cut too much a corner and I roll.
So this, of course, has a superb opportunity to a man that, by his own admission, has not got the best out of himself over this rally. He said he's been trying really hard, because the times have not been coming the way that he would have hoped. Mikko Hjeveren, the 30-year-old Finn, has now got a superb opportunity to take massive time out of Sébastien Ogier.
Ja oikein K-auke yli 2 nypy heittää. 100. Lyhyt oikein täys yli nypyn. 7 huomio varo pitkä vasen loiva kirraa ja aukee yli nypyn. Jarru 4. Lyhyt oikein. Heti lyhyt vasen tosi hidas tiukka. Heti oikein hidas tiukka. 3. Lyhyt oikein nopea tiukka. 6. Vasen tosi hidas käännä. Jatkuu huomio, vasen täys. Ja nyt vasenlaita sido 10. Lyhyt oikein nopea tiukka. Jarru 6. Oikein tosi hidas tiukka. Pidä. 4. Nyppy vasen eri kirraa lyhyeksi kooks yli nypyn. Jarru 6. Nyppy oikein vasen tosi hidas menee ja kirraa maali.
Hirvonen comes through with a 35.59.3, takes 20 seconds out of Sébastien Ogier.
Nico, a dramatic morning already here in Argentina. Sébastien Ogier has rolled. Your battle with Sébastien Loeb could now be a battle for the win.
Wow. Well, let's see how he does. Like, first 20 Ks on the stage was in the fork, and there we were fighting well. We were, you know, equal with splits with Seb, but then I don't know about the end. I didn't get any splits anymore, so I don't know how he's coming behind, but I tried. At least I'm not giving it for free for him.
Well, it was a 4-second advantage that Hirvonen had over Loeb going into the day. And of course, we all know that you can never, ever underestimate this man in a fight. He's proved it time and time again. And the splits, as Mikko Hirvonen said, were pretty much in his favour for the first half of the stage, then have started to go towards Sébastien Loeb.
Et double attention, gauche 153, ferme 80, pas corde de sortie. Sur droite 80.
Considering it's such a huge stage, the time's looking very, very interesting between not just Loeb and Hirvonen, but also between Solberg and Jani-Matti Latvala back in the rally after the damage he got on day 2.
Ouvre sur frein pour 30 mètres, gauche vers épingle. Et droite sans longtard. Et frein pour droite 10 épingles. Frein pour droite 10 épingles. Sur gauche 80 000 tard. Et droite 90 moins tôt. Sur gauche 80 moins long tard, pas corde. Et droite 90 moins mi-long tôt. Sur gauche, sur attention 50 mètres. Gauche 10 épingles.
Sébastien, you're up to second place now, just 1 second ahead of Mikko Hirvonen, but Sébastien Ogier has rolled in there. His car is badly damaged. Yours could be the fight for the win now.
Because he lost some time.
Lost 20 seconds, but he's got bad damage on the car. It happened at the end of the stage.
Okay, that's life. I have to check, you know, I'm still in the stage now.
Was that
fight with Mikko? At the start, first split, he was 1.6 faster than me. And half of the stage was in the fog, and it was really humid in the middle, so it was not cleaning, and we had really to push hard.
So was it a full attack through all 48 kilometers?
Yeah, not far from that.
Well, always you can count on Loeb for honesty, and he clearly has been pushing remarkably hard. A time of 35.53.7, the quickest so far. This surely is the only man that could do anything about possibly taking a stage win from him.
4 minus tightens minus. Long. 120. Keep right over press. 6 left minus tightens 5. Half long tightens 8. Opens extra long. Tightens half long tightens 50. Keep left over press 60. 4 right minus tightens.
Without that power steering issue at the end of the day yesterday, surely this man would be in the fight for victory as well.
50.
Was in second place at the time, ahead of Sébastien Loeb and of course of Mikko Hirvonen.
3 tightens 2. Half long. Opens.
Splits so far indicate that Solberg is quicker than Hirvonen.
Opens 60.
Very close to Sébastien Loeb.
Tightens 5 plus tightens 40. Slight right over crest, half long, tightens a little. 50. 6 left minus long, tightens long. tightens a little, keep in, and 6 right minus long, tightens.
It was second position on the stage for Sobert. Look at the lead now. 21 seconds, almost half the lead. The battle in these final stages is on as Ogier tries to effect repairs. We'll see the action in just a moment on Motors TV. Welcome back to Motors TV's coverage of the third day of Rally Argentina 2011, the 6th round of the World Rally Championship, and it could not have been a more dramatic start. We've seen Sebastian Ogier rolling whilst leading on the opening stage of the day, and we saw this man, Jari Matti Lappala, be absolutely superb on day one. 4 stage wins and a good lead at the end of the day. Was wiped away when on stage 13 a hidden rock in part of the very soft soil that we see here in Argentina picked up damage to the truck control arm, and obviously that kind of damage, something that couldn't be repaired immediately, so put Lappala effectively out of the rally. On stage 16 we've already seen the action between the guys fighting for the win. For Lappala, it is just a matter of trying to get some decent points out of the rally. Starts the day in 8th position, over 12 minutes off the lead. But in with a shout of overtaking Matthew Wilson, perhaps. Mats Osberg has had a solid couple of days, no major dramas, a few handling issues on day 2. A little bit of a power steering problem as well. Said that over the jumps when the car landed it was sort of locking the steering a little bit. And nothing compared to the problems that we've seen with power steering with other drivers. Seems to have been a bit of a running theme. So here we didn't have a problem with it, and we've seen, of course, this weekend Peter Solberg have a problem with it. Number of top 6 times, including a 4th position on the final stage of the day, on stage 15 yesterday. Osberg started the day 3:39 away from Peter Solberg. And of course this man, a local hero, had some problems on day 1 with the car falling onto 3 cylinders, a fuel-related issue causing that. That was rectified, and he seemed to have used his local knowledge well on day 2 to put in stronger and stronger times. Started the day in 7th position, 57 seconds behind Mats Osberg. Coyote, the 9 times Argentinian rally champion, recently turned 42. Must have finished the stage 7th. Sits there 7th overall. So for Matthew Wilson, it's been an interesting rally for him. No major issues other than the fact that obviously it is one of those rallies that is such a challenging event. But drama for Wilson on the stage, the opening stage of the day. Water being ingested into the Fiesta's engine. You can see the steam billowing from the front of the car. Was to cost him 6 minutes, drop him down to 8th position. So we heard from Ken Block earlier in the show saying that found the first day massively physically demanding, having not been in a rally car for quite some time. Said it was hurting his wrists, were so twisty on the opening day.
Left 4, don't cut, right 4. Left 4, don't cut, right 4. 30, left 3 minus in. 3 minus in. 30. Left 5 plus. 8. right 4. And right 4 and left 4 plus and entry, right 5 long. Caution 50, right 3. Caution 50, right 3. Open 30. Line, right 4 plus and left 4 minus. Open. Long, minus open long 30, right 2 minus.
This opening stage 16 of the day was to set the 23rd fastest time, but this is what it looks like after all the drama. Ogier now only leads by 21.5 seconds, just ahead of Mikko Hirvonen, and it's Sebastian Loeb who's moved into second position. Solberg, Osberg, Valagra, Latvala, and then the rest. Now, this is the big story. Repairs trying to be effective by Sebastian Ogier. What is the damage to the car other than the cosmetic damage?
80 mètres.
Well, it was to turn out that the big problem was power steering issues. The power steering had broken in the shunt. And as you can imagine, even on a short stage, that's going to cause some huge problems for Ogier. Fighting the car hard though. Through just
Sebastian,
the ninth fastest time.
That problem in the previous stage, how did it affect you in this one?
Yeah, I had no power steering, but I do what I can. I try to fix the car as hard as I can, and now it's not so bad. It should be okay to go until the end. That's the most important now.
Of course, still gives a huge initiative to this man, Mikko Hirvonen, to try to wrest second place and possibly even victory from Sebastian Loeb.
Ja maali, lyhyt oikein täys. 130, lyhyt jarru.
Perkele.
2:23.6 for Hirvonen.
Mikko, after that roll, Sebastian Ogier struggling with power steering problems, just 15 seconds down on him now.
Yeah, we're getting close to him, but Sebastian Loeb is then again very close behind. Well, actually in front, but not perfect drive on that stage. Few small mistakes, and you know, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close.
So this is the man to watch. Surely Loeb is absolutely on a mission. Look at the level of commitment. Would you expect anything else from the 37-year-old? Crosses the line, 2:23.0. Quicker than Hirvonen.
The difference between yourself and your teammate Ogier is now less than 13 seconds.
Less than?
13 seconds, Tres.
Yes, so, but the battle with Mikko is only 2 seconds, so it's, you know, we cannot do anything against Ogier. We can just push, try to fight with Mikko, and for the rest we will see.
So the exact gap is 2.2 seconds between Loeb and Hirvonen, and 12.8 seconds between Ogier and Loeb, with just 2 stages remaining. What can Peter Solberg do? Well, it's going to be a tough call to try and close down on the battling 2 ahead of him, battling 3 ahead of him really.
Left extra long, keep end over grass 60, into 6 right long.
It was third fastest on the stage for Peter Solberg. Gap 31.5 seconds at the end of stage 17. Ken Block though, it has looked superb this stage. Of course, they're running the stage earlier in the weekend.
50, left 5 in over crest, 50 right 3 late, 50 right 3 late, over crest, 30, left 5, 70, right 6.
Right next to the stage that was used for shakedown here, so the crew's getting a good feel for it. But look, Block comes through with the 5th fastest time on the stage in the end. Incredible performance by Ken Block.
50, right 3 in.
Best finish so far for him. So for Matthew Wilson, after that huge disappointment of the opening stage, where 6 minutes were lost in total because of the water being sucked into the engine. He comes through also with a great time, 6th fastest for Matthew Wilson. Still sits there though in 8th overall. So Ogier leads by just 12.8 with 2 stages remaining, and Argentina, Kievanen a further 2.2 seconds behind. Solberg, Osberg, Valagra, Latvala up to 7th now ahead of Wilson, and then the battle for the PWRC of Heidi Padden and Patrick Flodin. So can Ogier hang on with just 2 stages remaining? We will of course find out in just a moment here on Motors TV. So dramas for many drivers, none less than Jari-Matti Latvala, who had a big problem on day 2 after such a tremendous performance on day 1. We'll get a chance to find out from Jari-Matti exactly what the problem was.
It seems that many times now when I've been fighting for the victory and going to the lead, it's something happens, it feels like it's killing me.
It's a big disappointment again for the team. You know, we should have won the last 2, and we were in a very, very strong position here. Jari was doing a great drive. So, you know, a huge disappointment for him and obviously for the team as well. But one of the large rocks of Argentina, many of them that they are, have obviously he must have had contact with one of those on the suspension arms, and unfortunately he managed to get to the end of the stage, but it wasn't in a condition where he could continue.
So interesting point from Wilson, of course, missed out on 2/10 of a second by winning in Jordan. It was of course Ogier's win as the drivers and crews saunter towards the Super Especial Carlos Paz. Of course, the Super Special from Thursday night. Ogier actually won that Super Special. Just 3.02 kilometers.
Et poste 4 tout droit sur attention 50 mètres, droite ferme 108 bon frein, pour gauche 80 moins de taux. Ouvre. Et bon sur 10 mètres, droite et 110 plus. Et droite 120 plus, long tard.
Because of the nature of this, surely it's going to be very tough for Sébastien Ogier. Well, Loeb comes through with a time of 2:26.1.
Droite 130 pour un frein 30 mètres, gauche 120 moins long tard. 120 moins long tard, ferme fort.
No split times available because of the short nature of this stage. Visibly noticeable that Ogier is struggling like mad with the car.
Gauche 120, sur droite 130 plus rasé. 70 mètres. Gros frein avant-ciel, 10 mètres, gauche 80. 10 mètres, gauche 80 long, qui ouvre ferme 90. Sur droite à fond, pour un gauchis. Et droite 130 plus mi-corde. Droite 130 plus mi-corde sur gauche 140, sur un léger jump face, sur frein 50 mètres avant. Droite 133 pour gauche 90 star. Droite 133 pour gauche 90 star. Sur droite 90.
Remember, 12.8 seconds the lead that Ogier had going into this stage.
Et droite à fond, sur un frein 30 mètres, droite 120 plus. Droite 120 plus pour gauche 110 plus mi-long corde. Et droite 130 plus 50 mètres. Frein gauche 90. Gauche 90. Qui ouvre. Pour un gauche 120. Et ciel face 20 mètres. Droite 120 plus. 20 mètres, droite 120 plus. Pour droite 130 plus qui ouvre. Sur un gauche 155 frein. Pour gauche 110 mini. Gauche 110 mini. 40 mètres. Gauche 140 en jump. Sur un frein 40 mètres. Droite 100 plus. Droite 100 plus. Allez, tiens bon, 40 mètres, droite 140 à fond, pour droite 140 à fond, 50 mètres, frein avant-ciel 15 mètres, gauche 110 plus tard, gauche 110 plus tard. Pour droite 120, tenir en ciel, 120 tenir, 40 mètres, frein droite 110 plus, frein droite 110 plus, 20 mètres, gauche 90 moins mi-long, gauche 90 moins mi-long, et ciel sur gauche 100 plus mi-long, gauche 100 plus mi-long, 30 mètres. Ciel à fond sur un gauchis.
See there, Mika Kievanen, of course, the cars running in pairs.
Sur droite 130 à fond, 50 mètres. Frein jump 5. Jump 5 pour un 60 mètres, droite 135 mi-long. Frein pour gauche 80 plus mi-long. Gauche 80 plus Milan, ça.
Oh, you can see a very, very tough landing for Ogier there.
120 plus qui ouvre en ciel. Sur arrivée, sur droite centrale.
Clearly, despite the restrictions in the car, he's trying everything he's got. He also lost the rear wing in that crash, but he loses 9.5 seconds. The gap is down just 3.3 seconds with one stage remaining in Argentina.
Nyppy vasen laita, 2 lyhyt oikein hidas menee ja käännä penkkaan. 3 lyhyt oikein tiukka ylinyppy käännä. Heti vasen loiva ylinyppy 4. Vasen hidas tiukka oikein.
He haven't do anything about Sebastian Loeb on this stage.
Jarru 3 oikein tosi hidas. Menee ja käännä. 5. Tupla lyhyt oikein täys miinus ylinyppy kirraa. 5. Hae vasen hidas ylinyppy kesken kirraa. Pidä 2.
Visibly quicker than Ogier because of Ogier's problems, of course. Nico seems to have really got his rhythm going at the latter part of this rally.
3, nyppy vasen tosi hidas sisältä käännä soppuun. 5, vasen täysylinyppy 6, nyppy vasen tosi hidas, mene soppuun. Heti oikein täysylinyppy 6, nyppy vasen laita täys.
Is he going to be able to add to his 13 victories so far in his career?
5. Tunneli, lyhyt oikein nopee. Ja nyppy vasen laita 3, pitkä oikein nopee, kirraa vähän jarru. Vasen oikein tosi hidas sisältä. 3. Vasen serpo takaviisto. Jatkuu. Vasen nopee sisältä suppuun. 100. Oikein hidas. Pidä. Vasen hidas, tiukka aukee ja kirraa. Ja oikein eriylynypy keskeltä, kirraa hitaaksi sisältä. Jatkuu oikein täys, 110. Vasen hidas kirraa. Heti lyhyt oikein loiva, huomio, 7. Nyppy 10 pitkä vasen serpo takaviisto, aukee vähän. Heti oikein nopee. Ja lyhyt vasen täys, miinus 5, oikein K menee ja on jo suppuun. Ja nyppy vasen laita täys, jarru 4, lyhyt oikein, jarru 2, vasen tosi hidas, tiukka. Ja heti oikein, tosi hidas, tiukka, silta. Vasen tosi hidas, mene suppuun, 4. Ja maali.
Just 0.2 of a second. Loeb extends the gap over Hjärveden to 2.4. Now just 5.7 seconds covers the top 3. So 3.3 seconds, the leader Ogier takes into the final stage. Hjärveden's still there. Look at Petter Solberg has taken an incredible 18 seconds out off the leader in those first 2 stages. He won stage 18. We go into the final stage. It's the power stage with extra points on offer. And most importantly, the rally win is on offer. Find out what happens after this very short pause here on Motors TV.
Not live yet.
So as dramatic as the fight for the win in overall has become here in Argentina, it has been a pretty straightforward run in PWRC for the man who was to go on to win. For Mikael Kosciuszko though, it's been a difficult run for the pole. Broke his steering arm on Friday's final test, affecting him, and mechanical problems similarly for Patrick Flode, an electrical issue stopping him on day 1. Both of those drivers out of serious contention, and it has been completely dominant for this man, for Hayden Padd, the young Kiwi who brought a Pirelli star driver in the past. Absolutely dominated, under no real threat. Martin Simmerad, another of the regular PWRC drivers, also having problems. Haddon took an 8-minute lead into the final day. Never looked threatened, drove impeccably to dominate, take his 2nd consecutive victory.
And what a weekend for you, all kinds of problems, but at the end of the day you're winning by nearly 8 minutes. A perfect drive from you.
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. Like we never come here to win, and to come away with maximum points is absolutely fantastic start to our championship, and like you say, from a performance point of view, it hasn't been the most satisfying, but it's been a good pace to win the rally. So this one's for the team. They've kept us going, and couldn't have asked any more.
So here we go, the final stage. Cabalango, Fila Garcia. The power stage, the points on offer, the crews, and the top drivers running in reverse order. Yari Matilapala, surely this is the only chance of some serious points. Looking like 8th position overall is the likely finishing place for him. Peter Solberg, technical issues behind him after day 2's problems, has been flying. Lapala's time was at 2:20.9. That's the benchmark time so far of the top runners. At this point, it's interesting that it's Lapala from Wilson from Osberg. They're the top 3 drivers that have come through so far. Well, surely Solberg is on for a stronger time. Looks absolutely mighty. The early stages, early part of the stage. Kind of shake of the head there, or nod of the head rather, kind of accepts it. Looks like Petter has gone considerably quicker. 8/10, which on a short stage is enough. Now this is not just a fight for extra points, this is the fight for the win. What can Loeb do against Ogier and Kievanen?
Et droite à fond.
There's Solberg time of 2:20.1. 2:20.6. He's slower than Solberg. Well, that's not the important fight for Loeb. It's what can Ogier and Hirvonen do. Mikko is next into the stage. It's going to be a tall order to ask him to take 2.5 seconds out of Sebastian Loeb. Number 2.4 the gap between Loeb and Hirvonen. 3.3 the gap between Ogier and Loeb.
Lyhyt oikein, K tiukka käännä, huomio, jarru 6, nyppy 10, lyhyt oikein, tosi hidas yli, nyppy pidä.
Again, the characteristics at this stage surely not going to be good for Ogier with his lack of power steering.
Oikein yli nyppyn aja, jarru 4, oikein kirja lyhyt, hitaaksi yli nyppy tiukka. 5.
Victory in the power stage in Mexico, of course, did Mikko Kievanen.
Pikku nyppy oikein laita, jarru 5, vasen tosi hidas risteys sisältä. 7. Ja vesi, vasen hidas tiukka reikä sisällä. 4. Oikein K tiukka, kirraa, kivi sisällä. 7 yli. Oikein hidas tiukka, aukeaa vähän yli nyppy sisältä, pidä. Ja lyhyt vasen hidas Oijo. 200. Lyhyt vasen täysmiinus aukee. Ja kirraa eriks. Mene sisältä. 100. Vain lyhyt oikein K. Mene sisältä. 3. Lyhyt oikein vasen eri yli nyppy aukeaa ja heittää. Tilaa. 120. Oikein täys 150. Vai oikein vasen eri aukeaa yli nyppy kivi sisällä 150. Pitkä vasen täys yli nyppyn 200. Lyhyt oikein täys. Maali.
There's the time to beat 2:20.6. He matches the time of Loeb. Surely, look at the reaction of Peter Solberg. He knows it's not going to be enough for victory in the rally. Gap stays the same, 2.4 between Hirvonen and Loeb, but most importantly, what is Ogier going to be able to do? Will either of them be able to get ahead of Ogier, or possibly both of them? And it's noticeable again from the onboard just how hard work this is for Ogier. Just 3.9 Ks, but toughest bit of driving that Ogier's had to put in throughout the year.
60 mètres, gauche 140 millions, Beauce les jette, 140 millions, Beauce les jette sur un gros frein 80 mètres, droite 120 bon mini. 120 bon mini, 60 mètres. Gauche 140 à fond, 150 mètres. Attention, gros frein gauche, 140 devant panneau, gauche 140 devant panneau.
Needs to be a time 2:23.9 or better for Ogier to hang on to the win.
Plus millions corde, 70 mètres. Droite 120 plus millions corde qui ouvre, 120 plus millions corde qui ouvre. 70 mètres frein, droite 120 plus millions corde ferme léger et 3, 120 plus millions corde ferme léger et 3. Pour gauche 120 plus. Gauche 120 plus, 60 mètres. Gauche 110 millions pleine corde, 110 millions pleine corde, allez, 150 mètres. Droite 140 à fond, 150 mètres. Gauchy, 120 mètres derrière, fin droite 120 plus. Droite 120 plus. Pour gauche 130 à fond, corde jette.
You can see by Peter Solberg's reaction that he's confident that Ogier won't be able to put in a time quicker. The question, of course, is not whether he can go faster, but how much time will he lose?
Droite 140 plus millions ferme léger, 140 plus millions ferme léger. Pour un gauche 140 à fond de jump, 150 mètres.
10.1 seconds to the quickest time on the previous stage, which was only 3.02 Ks. This is 3.9 Ks. Working that logic out, surely it's going to be not far from that. Unless Ogier has worked a way of driving around the problem. It's not going to be good enough. 2:31.2. Peter Solberg wins the power stage. More importantly, Sebastian Loeb has gone from third to first on the final stage.
He just won stage yesterday with the power steering, and you know, the smaller reward was to win the power stage, and we got 3 points. And for me, it's and Chris, it's great, and for the whole team. So I think it was well deserved, but it would have been nice to have a good fight for the victory here, because this time we had the proper chance to win the rally, and I just have to look forward to the next rally, but very happy.
Surely it's going to come for Peter Solberg at some point this year. He wins the power stage, and with it the extra 3 points ahead of Mikko Kievanen and Sebastian Loeb. But most importantly, Sebastian Loeb takes his 6th consecutive Rally Argentina win, and of course with it extends its lead of the World Rally Championship over Mikko Kievanen. Good result for him. That's what it looks like, 26 points ahead of 20 and 15. A frustrating time for Sébastien Ogier, the second time this year.
Congratulations. Now, that must have been a very, very difficult power stage for you to watch.
Yeah, but what I do remember is that 6 rallies, 5 victories for Citroën, Loeb leading the World Championship for the drivers and Citroën leading for the manufacturers. So it could have been better because Ogier did a mistake. But we can't forget he has no experience. What he did, it's completely amazing. Honestly, what happened is completely stupid too. But this is it, and I do prefer and to remember that we are leading the Boss Championship.
65 times he's done that.
Difficult mentally also to be finally at the start of the power stage in the situation to win the rally. That I couldn't expect to win on Friday evening. So when I was thinking to that, I said, it's a big pressure now. Don't make a mistake now. But finally, we've done a clean run, no big risk, but good speed and no problem. So we are here, winning the rally. That's quite incredible.
Well, superlatives kind of run out with this man, don't they? Sebastian Loeb leads the championship now by 13 points over Mikko Kievanen. Ogier in third ahead of Jari Matti and Peter Solberg. Mats Osberg still a solid 6th ahead of Wilson, Ferragla, Raikkonen, and Henning Solberg, of course, opted to miss this rally to focus on the balance of the season. And for the manufacturers, as you can see now, a considerable lead for Citroën Total. So afterwards, there was an interesting situation where Ford had put a protest into the organisers regarding one of the road stages on day one. That Citroën had taken a slightly different route to Ford by some 2 kilometres difference, and of course that would have given them an advantage. And clarification was sought for future situations. Ultimately, it did not change the result, but it was an interesting point. Of course, we head off to another rally that's been sorely missed, the WRC Acropolis Rally of Greece on the 16th to 19th of June. As always, we will have all the action. Hopefully it will be spectacular. Surely it's going to be a battle. Can Latvala or Solberg win a rally for the first time in 2011? Will it be all about Ogier and Loeb yet again? Who knows? It's going to be well worth watching. So to the victors, the spoils. Tremendous performance by Loeb. You can never, ever count that man out. And of course, superb performance by both Loeb, Ogier, Hirvonen, Latvala and Solberg. They've been the real stars. Tremendous. So thank you for joining us over the 3 days of Rally Argentina. We will have highlights for you of this event next weekend. We look forward to you joining us for that. But so far, congratulations to Sebastian Loeb. Tremendous performance by him. Spectacular as ever from Jari-Matti Latvala. We look forward to the next event in Greece, and we hope that we can see more of the same. Thanks for joining us. We look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Bye-bye.